My name is Christopher. I have HSV2 down here, and I want to make a video today about dating someone with herpes, or for those of you who don't currently have it, what you need to kind of know, or just general information. And the first thing you need to know is that there's no guarantee that you're ever going to get herpes from your partner, whether it's short-term or long-term, whether it's orally or genitally. Now, I'm sure that most of us have probably already knowingly or unknowingly put ourselves at risk of contracting oral herpes, which shows up as cold sores. And if 2/3 of the population gets cold sores, it's not likely that we're going to be avoiding putting ourselves at risk. But we oftentimes don't think about the risk, even though it's always technically there. Now, on that same note, you can kind of think about genital herpes as just being cold sores in a different location, because it's essentially the same concept. It's just that one of them has a cute name and the sexual version is just labeled as genital herpes. Next thing is, not everyone is going to experience frequent outbreaks or even painful outbreaks. My outbreaks are relatively mild, but I do get them frequently. And there are people out there who have had one outbreak their whole life and never again. So it really differs. And it's not really that different than people having cold sores in terms of frequency or severity. Next thing is, you're actually safer with someone who knows their status as opposed to someone who does not. Because if your partner knows their herpes status and knows to look out for outbreaks or knows the signs and symptoms of when one might be coming on, they're going to be able to give you a safer approach to getting intimate than someone who doesn't actually know they have herpes, doesn't think to check, doesn't realize that there could be a mild outbreak happening when transmission rate is possibly higher. The next thing is that outbreaks are relatively rare for some people. So the likelihood of you being at an increased risk of transmission frequently is not likely. So the only risk you're going to put yourselves at is just when there's no symptoms present, which is the risk you put yourselves at with any partner. Next thing is, there are ways to be intimate during an outbreak that don't really put yourself at risk. So I'm sure your partner probably feels bad, like, oh, I have an outbreak, like you don't even probably like me, or you don't want to touch me, or you're scared. And like, be there for your partner, be supportive. You guys can try some other things that don't necessarily put you or them at risk of transmission. And don't just neglect your partner during an outbreak. Show them that you're there to care for them and that there are other ways to enjoy each other. Next thing is, without precautions, transmission is not guaranteed. So without condoms and without daily antivirals, there's no guarantee short-term or long-term that you're going to contract herpes from your partner. Now, with that being said, precautions don't prevent transmission altogether, but they can certainly help, and discuss with your partner which of those precautions you'd like to take together. That's basically all you need to know when it comes to dating someone with herpes. It's not really any different than if your partner were to get cold sores. It's just looked at differently in society, and I guess the taboo topic is contracting herpes on your genitals as opposed to your lips. So that's all for today. If you have any further comments, questions, or concerns, leave it in the comment section. Extra help in the description box, and I'll see you in the next video.